the made in India Harley-Davidson X440 made a quiet but confident statement when it was launched almost 3 years ago. But in a fiercely competitive sub 500cc segment, newer rivals with sharper pricing and bigger spec sheets started stealing the spotlight. Now Harley-Davidson is looking to take one more shot with a vastly improved version, the new X440 T. This is the Harley-Davidson X440 T. Yes, it's based on the standard X440, but it gets some meaningful updates in design, electronics, and even suspension. But here's the interesting thing. This very platform is set to go global, reborn as a cruiser called the Harley-Davidson Sprint. But that's still some time away. It will be launched in global markets and maybe even in India, and it's probably take about a year or so. But for now, it's all about the T. So let's get into it then. But before that, you know the drill. Hit that bell, do subscribe to our Car and Bike channel so that you get notified every time we ride an interesting motorcycle like this and tell you all about it. For now, let's take a closer look and take a deep dive into the new Harley-Davidson X440 T. At first glance, the X440 T looks familiar because it largely is. But look closer and the changes start to reveal themselves. The rear section is completely new with a fresh tail and a revised subframe that tightens the stance and gives the bike a sportier, tracker-like silhouette. Harley claims 72 changes in total, many subtle, but collectively they add real freshness. My favorite touches are the new colors and these new graphics. Flat track inspired graphics, also inspired by Harley-Davidson's XR750 and XR1200, a nod to Harley's racing legacy. Up front, the cockpit has been made neater thanks to the wires neatly tucked in. If you remember, the X440 had the wires all over the place. Now those have been tucked in also thanks to the ride-by-wire, and the bar and mirrors are now standard. Tail section, the new tail light has been tucked in neatly as well, giving the tail section a more proportionate look, and also the subframe has been revised as well. On the exhaust side of things, you have a new heat shield and also a new end cap. And overall, the changes may be minor, but they give the Harley-Davidson X440 T fresh appeal. On the X440, if you remember, there was a glaring gap between the tank and the handlebar. Now that has been taken care of with this new panel, and it's got a makeover, but definitely noticeable changes in the design department. This is where the X440 T makes the biggest leap over the standard model. It now gets ride-by-wire, unlocking 2 riding modes, road and rain, each adjusting throttle response to match the conditions. The 3.5-inch TFT display has been carried over from the previous model. It's got switchable traction control and switchable rear ABS so that you get to decide how much intervention from the electronics you want when you ride this motorcycle. It's also got a panic brake alert, so if you slam the brakes hard, the tail light will keep flashing to warn motorists coming from behind you, approaching you, so that they'll get to know that you're going to slow down very quickly. In all, it's a well kitted out motorcycle. It's got everything you need really in terms of features, not over the top, but everything really what's expected from a motorcycle at this price point and at this segment. Underneath all the updates, the foundation remains unchanged. You still get a steel trellis frame, now finished in matte black, USD forks up front, twin shocks in the rear, and the same 440cc oil and air-cooled single-cylinder engine, which makes 27 bhp and 38 Newton meters, paired with a 6-speed gearbox. The 13.5-litre tank, 805 mm seat height, and 170 mm ground clearance all remain the same. The suspension, however, has been retuned, and that makes more of a difference than you'd expect. The engine feels more or less the same. Strong torquey in the mid-range and can effortlessly pull from cruising speed to triple-digit speeds. But the ride-by-wire system has made the throttle response more refined. Compared to the snatchy nature of the standard X440, the T's throttle calibration is a lot better, clean, smooth and predictable. The well-spaced gear ratios keep things smooth in traffic or out on the highway. What I love about this engine is it's tractable. You can pull cleanly from low speeds at a higher gear, no drama whatsoever. It's that easygoing engine character that makes it livable day to day. And the gearbox has a premium, slick feel to every shift. This is a genuinely lovely motorcycle to ride. In fact, the X440T is perhaps one of the most underrated motorcycles in this segment and at that price point. Unless you ride it, you won't realize how nice this motorcycle really is. The retuned suspension has certainly improved ride and handling. Firmer spring rates and revised damping mean the motorcycle feels noticeably more planted and communicative, especially mid-corner or under hard braking. It's not harsh, just more involving. 805 mm seat height, that's enough for riders of different kinds of height. It's a neutral position upright, you sit upright on the X440T. The foot pegs are center mounted. The wide handlebar gives you an upright riding stance and also gives you excellent leverage while taking corners. The only grouse I have, I use my balls of my feet to place on the foot pegs, and that sort of the heat shield comes on my heel. That is a minor niggle, but you'll have to get around that on this motorcycle. The 18-inch front, 17-inch rear alloy wheel setup remains the same. The brakes with axially mounted calipers up front gives you consistent, strong and predictable performance, but some more bite on the front brakes could have been welcome certainly. The Harley-Davidson X440T is priced from 2,84,000 rupees ex-showroom, and it's not exactly affordable, considering its closest rivals seem to be the Triumph Speed 400 and the Royal Enfield Guerrilla 450. Having said that, the X440T has qualities which make it quite likable, and that's more than enough reason for anyone to at least consider a test ride. The Harley-Davidson X440T is a genuinely nice bike with all the right qualities: torquey engine, predictable handling and comfortable ergonomics. However, you could argue that it misses the thrill and the performance that rivals in this segment boast of. For anyone looking for more performance, quicker acceleration and more excitement, the Harley-Davidson X440T perhaps is not the motorcycle to go for. But if you appreciate an easygoing personality and torquey performance, which is entertaining as well, the Harley-Davidson X440T could be all the bike you need. If you've liked this review, please do consider sharing it with someone who may be interested in the Harley-Davidson X440T.